Agents versus wholesalers. So a lot of people got questions about what's an agent, what's a wholesaler. A lot of people don't know what the difference is between an agent and a wholesaler. A lot of people think that I'm an agent when actually I wholesale real estate, and now I'm flipping real estate. So a lot of people don't understand the difference. We're going to get in that tonight. We're also going to get into what I'm actually doing right now, flipping and wholesaling real estate. We're going to get into how wholesalers can work with agents, how agents can benefit from wholesalers, what to say to an agent in these different situations. I was on the phone with an agent today, just talking about, the market, talking about the particular area that I was targeting a property in, and just trying to get a feel. And agents are different. You know what I'm saying? There's some agents that's like, hey, let's work together, let's figure this thing out, let's work together to see if we can help each other do more deals. And then you got agents that's like, don't talk to me, you're beneath me, who are you, you ain't nothing, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? So it's different, man. So it really depends on what type of person you run into, and it's that way either way, man. Some wholesalers gonna be that same way. But Ali is in the building. You know what I'm saying? Ali got to be the first one to jump into this thing. What's going on, Ali, man? What you doing, man? You still dog walking the dog on the treadmill, or you, man? King NYC up in here. Jessa, what's up? Shout out to Jessa, man. Jessa putting in the work, jumping in on the line. Shout out to Jessa, man. So, checking in. Appreciate that, Jessa. You like a rock star around here coming through. Um, so if y'all didn't know, Jessa is actually one of the original members of Black Pink. If you don't know what Black Pink is, go look it up. Black Pink in your area. That's Jessa. But anyways, Brandon said, "What's going on, bro? What's up, Brandon? Man, I'm feeling good tonight. Um, man, I finished the flip last week or so, and I'm working on a flip now, and I'm trying to buy another one. Hopefully, that goes down in the next week or so. So I'm feeling pretty good, man. So I'm on my lead Zolo, trying to work these leads, and when I'm flipping, I'm needing to work with agents, right? And the agent that I normally work with is great. The agent I used to work with is a killer. You know what I'm saying? He take care of business. Somebody was asking me earlier, like, hey, I was, I posted on IG about a deal, right? And somebody was like, yeah, if you want to manage rehab for 6 months just to make $30,000, it's a good deal. I'm thinking, man, first of all, I don't manage rehabs. It's like I flip, but I don't manage rehabs. You know what I'm saying? I sit at most of the times when I flip, I never go to a property. Never. Just because there's no need for me to go to a property. Because my contractor handles everything. You know what I'm saying? I really don't need to say anything to them. They know exactly what to do. So boom, that's taken care of. And then 6 months, like I don't know if I haven't had a flip go 6 months. I know it can go 6 months, but even if it goes 6 months, I'm just gonna be sitting in the house just waiting for it to be sold. You know what I'm saying? So man, it's a little different, man. I'm virtually wholesaling kind of in my own backyard. So yeah, man. So Brandon says, do you like lead Zolo or I speed to lead best, and why? Man, I give you my opinion, man, and I forgot the opinion of several other people who use both. And I like lead Zolo better, right? Lead Zolo leads seem to be better. Like I'm getting them, and even though like I've had to dispute leads, the type of properties wasn't in question. The area that I wanted in wasn't in question, and they were cheaper than the I speed to lead leads. Like I've heard people getting leads of I speed to lead for $200 and some dollars, and it's a mobile home. When I got a lead off Lead Zolo for $179, that was a mobile home, and I was able to get my money back when they was just stuck out of $200. Boom, right? That did it right there for me. You know what I'm saying? And on Lead Zolo, I'm able to choose my areas, and I'm able to, select how many leads I'm willing to take. No setup fees, no subscriptions. They gonna give me all the information without making me pay extra for extra information, all that stuff, man. They're not gonna try to resell the leads. I speed the leads do a lot of reselling leads. They sell cold call leads, they sell texting leads. Lead Zolo is selling people that raising their hands saying going and searching for ways to sell their property. That's what I like about Lead Zolo. So yeah, man. I like Lead Zolo. Like I said, if you're interested in getting started with Lead Zolo, there's no cost to set up. Only when you want leads, you upload money onto your account. And if you want leads, you upload money into your account. And then when it's your turn to get a lead, you'll get a lead. Simple as that. There's no setup fee, there's no monthly fee, there's no none of that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like about it. There's no setup fee. So if you're interested in Lead Zolo, hit me up. Hit me up on IG, or you can email me. I'll put my email down here. Email me. I can get you hooked up with my people with Lead Zolo. And I'm gonna hook, if I obviously if I'm sending you somebody, I'm gonna hook you up. So but yeah, man. I like Lead Zolo over I speed to lead. That's me. You know what I'm saying? So, and several other people that I've talked to. But my guy, do you do novations? I really don't know. What do you call a novation? Because it depends on what you call a novation. Because I've done a lot of some creative stuff that maybe you would call an novation, maybe you wouldn't. Like I've listed properties on the market. Um, and we didn't do any rehab though. So was that an ovation? I don't know. Maybe it was just listening on the market. I don't know. But how's wholesaling for the year so far? Wholesaling for the year so far, I would say is better than last year. I also would say that it's probably better than years prior because in January I really wasn't doing any deals. You know what I'm saying? Not like this year. I done 3 deals in January, and I'm about just cross my fingers. I'm about to close another deal here in February. But it's like usually stuff don't start heating up to like March, April, May, June. Boom, boom. That's when it start going down. But I've done a couple of deals in January, so I'm like, shoot, I did do a couple of deals in January. You know what I'm saying? Last year, I think I didn't do a deal until like maybe May. I think my first deal may have been in March. But I mean, it was a down year for most people. Like I was talking to an agent today. He's talking about like how investors going bankrupt last year. Like last year was terrible, you know. But man, I think I ended up at somewhere between 300 and 400 last year. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, man, that was weird. It was weird. It was a struggle now. It was not easy, but I had transitioned to flipping, and I started flipping properties. I mean, like 60 ball, 70 ball, 40 ball. I'm like, man, this is getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I did less deals overall. But when I was flipping, like I said, a 70 ball is a 70 ball. A 60 ball is a 60 ball, and a 40 ball is a 40 ball. You know what I'm saying? So it get, it's it can accelerate you quickly when you're doing stuff like that. So Brandon says, what is a good budget to start? So if you want to start, man, um, I would say if you want to start, man, the best budget to start off with is no money, right? A lot of people say no money, no money, no money. I'm saying it because first thing you need to do is go build relationships, right? You need to go build relationships with people that's actually doing this business. It's like I was talking to an agent today, talking to him, talking to him, talking to him. He's like, yeah, he was like, what's my goal? My goal is to flip 20 properties this year. So he's like, hey, send me an email, give me your contact information. Let's stay in touch. I want to be able to send you properties in case I come by somebody that's looking to sell. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? Build relationships with people, man. Build relationships with people. The first thing you need to do is start getting connected with cash buyers. And one of the freest, easiest ways to do that is drive for buyers, right? Drive around whatever market you want to be in. You see people working on houses, get out, go talk to the people, figure out, hey, who is trying to flip this property? You know what I'm saying? If you realize that this is a humongous company and stuff like that, you may not begin to do the best you can to get the contacts of somebody and then move on, keep driving for dollars, jump out, go see who rehabbing these properties. Driving for dollars would be the first thing I would do. Hitting up agents on Zillow with properties that look flipped, right? That's another thing that I would do. And I think I got videos showing y'all like properties that have been flipped. And I guess I could show y'all. Let's see if I can share my screen. I don't know. Share screen. Boom. 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 So let's say if I was on Zillow and I was looking for agents to talk to, like, let me go. And this is just a random area. I think I had a house over here somewhere. But let's say I'm in this area and I'm just looking for, agents to talk to. I'm looking for that house that may look flipped, right? So, bam, I'm looking at this. Nah, I got a bed in there, so it's probably not flipped, right? At least it's not a clear flip. So I'm looking, boom, boom. Nope, they got furniture in there. I want something with no furniture, none. Give me something. Look at this. This sounds like it's been painted blue, right? But let's see. Now they got all kind of stuff up in that house. No, that ain't what I'm looking for. So I just keep going through here looking for somebody. Oh, here we go. Here goes somebody right here. Boy, that thing looking good. They about to sell this mug. Ooh, it look good. So, boom, right here, right? They finna get that Mike Tyson treatment on that price though. But I'm scrolling down and I want to find out who is the listing agent, right? So here's the listing agent right here, Jerome Smith with Keller Williams, right? I'm going to take that, copy, paste it into Google. Here we go. Paste that into Google. And boom, there you go right there. Name popped up. Boom. Right? Where's contact information right there? Mobile. Boom. I'm calling him. You see what I'm saying? I'm calling him. I'm trying to ask him, hey, Mr. Jerome, I see you got a property over here on Danville Trail over here in Dallas. Look like this property in flip. Are you working with an investor on this property? You know, boom. You know, and I'm just letting them know, like, hey, I find this kind of properties like this all the time. I love to work through you to bring properties to your investors. That way, you can get your commissions. I sell the property to your investors and, y'all can have more houses to list and flip. Boom. They let him know that, hey, Mr. Agent, you're going to be making money. I'm going to be selling y'all properties, which will make me money, and everybody gonna be making money in this situation. You know what I'm saying? So that's that's what I'm looking for, right? That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for properties that look like it's been flipped, and this one does. Let's see what he may have bought this property for. Let's see what he may have bought this property for. So they might, let me say, let's see. They had it at 350. What is wrong with them? So like somebody bought it and then tried to rent it, and then now they're trying to sell it. This might be a bigger company. I don't know. But either way, it's the same concept. And then you just keep going looking for properties that potentially have been flipped, right? You can tell because outside been worked on, look like, if it's anything inside, I'm on to the next one. You know, I don't want nothing inside of this thing. I want the thing to be clear, and I want it to look like somebody been in there putting down some floors, painting some walls, doing some real work. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my thing. I want some new cabinets. I want some stuff to be new. You know. So that's what I would do, man. I would just scroll Zillow, calling up agents, and I would attack it that way, man. That's what I would do. So let's see though. Go back to YouTube. Nice, bro. Where are those deals from? What lead source? So the leads, I did one deal from cold calling, and then another deal came from texting, and then the other deals just came from knowing people and talking to people. You know what I'm saying? Telling people that I know that I'm trying to buy more properties, right? People reaching out to me saying, hey, I know somebody that's interested in selling, you know what I'm saying? Or other people may have drove around, saw an empty house. Hey, this house is empty right here. Gave me an address or something. That's how I'm finding other deals. So just letting people know what you're looking for is another big thing. You know what I'm saying? How do you market right now? I'm still texting people, and I moved to lead Zolo, man. I moved to lead Zolo. I'm still texting people, still calling people. I moved to lead Zolo. I'm still texting people, and I'm trying to focus on targeting probates, right? So I'm building these big probate lists and getting these probate lists from the counties that I like to target. So I'm getting these probate lists from the county, and I am calling them up. You know what I'm saying? We got an appointment on Friday to go see this property that this lady inherited, and she's interested in selling it, and we're gonna see if it's a deal. You know what I'm saying? So, man, H2O, man, can't beat it. Brandon says, I meant the best budget to start using Lead Solo. Oh man, if I was gonna use Lead Solo, I would say $1,790 at minimum. That's what I would say, because that gives you 10 leads. You know what I'm saying? If you get 10 leads in a particular area where you've already connected with buyers and you feel like, man, if I get anything that's worth something, I can make it go, then boom, you gonna get a deal. You know what I'm saying? I just like the leads that I'm getting, I'm like, man, if if these property were if the properties were not listed and the person was actually motivated to sell, these people are motivated to sell, but they have properties that might be listed, they're looking for too much. But if I can get 10, if I can get 10 solid leads, dude, I'm closing. You know what I'm saying? I'm closing. So I think that's the thing, man. And yeah, I just think that if you get 10 leads or 100 and I'm at 1,790 bucks, I think you're good on lead Zolo, man. I think that right there, you'll get at least one deal. You know what I'm saying? Worst case, man, if you're in a metro area or near a metro area, you can sell that mug to New Western, right? They have buyers all over the place, but you can also, let's say if you actually get the deal, go ahead and get them on a contract at a discounted price. And shoot, you can even go search, sell my house fast, find some other wholesalers in the area and JV. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I got this property on the contract. I need a buyer. Bam. You know what I'm saying? If they on Google, if they doing Google pay per click, then they got some cash buyers. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say, man. That's what I would say. Uh Everything. How much are you spending with Lead Zolo? Man, I actually doubled that, man, and doubled down. So I'm at like 3,000 and something. I'm trying to get 20 leads in a month. That's my goal. 20 leads in a month. I'm like, man, I get 20 leads in a month. Come on, man. What's good? What's a good budget to do this part time? Man, part time. I would say if you're doing lead Zolo, man, you could turn it on and off. That's another good thing about lead Zolo. You can turn it on and off. So let's say whenever you're available, you can turn it on. Whenever you're not available, you can turn it off. You know what I'm saying? So you can turn it on and off, which is excellent. And I don't know if you can tell them ahead of time, hey, this is when I want my stuff active. Might be able to do that. I need to look into that myself, but I know you can turn it on and off. So let's say if you only want to work on the weekend, turn it off during the week, turn it on the weekend, and it can bring you leads. You know what I'm saying? So that way you're available when the leads are coming in, because that's very important. And what's your closing ratio with leads? I just started, dude. I just started like the beginning, like this past weekend. But I've gotten in like 5 leads, but there's been like 3 of them that was listed. One of them was funny situation. One of them was a situation with this guy. His 80-year-old mother sold a house to somebody, right? But he's like, she sold the house for super cheap. She didn't know what she was doing. Da 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 da. She sold a house to some sell my house fast people, and they wholesaled it to somebody else. So he was like, he was just telling me the whole story and how they would have to give the buyer their money back, and they don't have the money, and da 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 da. So, so I went to go dispute it. Like, hey, Lee Zolo, this guy's not the owner of the property. They've already sold it. Give my money back for the lead. So I went to look up, okay, who owns this property? Does he own it? Does mama name still on it or whatever? I look it up, man, and the owner of the property is one of my cash buyers. It's crazy. I called a cash buyer up like, hey, I got a call from a guy talking about wanting to sell, this address. And they was like, yeah, what did he say? So crazy situation, man. One of my cash buyers actually owned that property. It's crazy, man. That's funny though. So have you seen a lot of hedge funds buying? I would say there's some that's still buying. It's some that's still buying. It ain't them that's the problem. It's really finding the people that's interested in selling. Because hedge funds used to be very valuable because they would overpay for properties, which motivated people to sell, right? Now they are not overpaying for properties, they're not motivating people to sell. So now, since they're not motivating people to sell, people are not just selling, right? They have to have some other motivation to sell their property. A divorce. Somebody passed away. Hey, somebody gave me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. 6 people in here, man. I should see that thumbs up thing pop up 6 times. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, but probate. Oh, there go another one, man. Y'all hit me up. I appreciate that, man. Y'all always coming through showing love and support. Appreciate all that. We got 8 people up in here, man. We all have 8 thumbs up. But what I'm saying is the market is changing, and this is how the market is changing. The market is changing from I'm selling because these people are overpaying me to I ain't selling unless I got something serious that's going on. Divorce. Somebody passed away. I got to move away to get another job. I lost my job and I can't afford this no more. That's those things. You know, I'm a landlord and I'm tired of these tenants. I'm a landlord and my tenants ain't paying no more. So like it has to be something, right? People just ain't selling to be selling, you know. People are selling because of some type of motivation. Gotta be some type of motivation, man. So King NYC says, Mr. Last Nightcap, congrats on the flip, bro. Man, I'm trying to get this next flip, man. Trying my best. So King says, I definitely want to try Lee Zolo. Do I still have to call the seller if they already want to sell, or can I just text? You probably need to call them, but hey, man, King NYC, hit me up on IG, and I'll go through it with you, man. But yeah, you need to call them. You know what I'm saying? That's the key, because it's like, dude, if I told you 30 grand just hit your phone up, you know what I'm saying? 30 grand just sent you their phone number and said, hey, call me to get this 30 grand. Would you call them? You know what I'm saying? Would you call them? it's like, dude, when them leads come in, I'm calling, I'm texting, I'm emailing them. Man, I'm hitting them in every way possible. I'm like, man, I'm about to go knock on these people's door if you don't answer this phone. It's like, man, you got to assume it's 30 grand on the other side of that line. It's 30 grand on the other side. And like when you get in this space, man, the people really in it, dude, this is not farming, you know, this is hunting and gathering, right? It's hunting and gathering. You got to go out, kill, you got to go out, get hunt, get the meat. I don't want to say that word, may get shadow banned or something like that. No. You got to go out, get the meat, drag it home to eat. If you don't, then you won't eat. You know what I'm saying? So, man, when a lead hit, I'm hunting hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna call, text, call again, email, text, call again. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I'm on them. I'm on them. I'm on them. You know, you feel that thing out online, I'm finna jump all over you. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm finna jump all over you. You feel that form out online. So, yeah, man, that's what I would say. Like, dude, call them. Don't be sitting there texting people when it's 30 grand on the other side of the line, man. You know what I'm saying? If you can't call them, send them to me. I'll call them. Have you seen? Oh, okay. I got that question already. Okay. I'll just make sure I'm answering all these questions. But yeah, man, that's what I would say. So, let me think. Man, I got this deal, this flip that I'm trying to do. I posted on IG all the numbers and stuff. You can go check that out. Just a breakdown of analyzing it, and I did it through a deal calculator that I found on Bigger Pockets. You can go there too, and play around with that deal calculator. You probably can do like 3 different calculations before they stop you. But this is my first sub two period. But this is gonna be a sub 2 flip. So it's gonna be interesting, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be interesting. This is my first sub 2 flip. Um, you know, so we'll see how that go. I think the seller is on board. I think at least they saying they're on board. I'm still waiting on them to sign the papers. I sent it to them this evening. But we'll see if they go ahead and sign the papers tomorrow. We get it over to the attorney's office and get this ball rolling on this sub 2 stuff, man. So that's the plan, man. That's the plan. But shoot, man, been on here for over 30 minutes, man. I'm about to jump off this thing. If y'all don't have any other questions, if you got questions, go ahead and ask real quick and I'll answer them. Chantel says, how did you get your first deal if you haven't already said it? So this is how I got my first deal, right? I'm sitting here calling people on Google Voice. I actually was going to be an agent, right? I was taking agent classes, and my cousin hit me up and was like, "Hey, man, what's this wholesaling real estate thing?" Because, like, for years, I always talk about getting into real estate for years. So everybody, like, the people who knew me knew that I've talked about real estate, but I've never done nothing, right? So he hit me up like, "Hey, what's this wholesaling real estate thing, man?" Da, 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 da. I'm like, man, I heard of wholesaling real estate, but I really don't know a lot about it. But I can't let this dude do it before me. You know what I'm saying? So I looked into it, and it's like, you gotta call people, this, that, and the third. So I started driving around, driving for dollars, and then looking up people, skip tracing them on True People Search, and I start calling them using my Google Voice, and I wasn't really getting anybody. I wasn't really getting no traction, none of that, right? And then at the same time, I was watching videos, people saying stuff, this, that. I watched Flipman videos where he's showing how to do this and that, and I'm like, he's showing how to pay for this. You pay for this, then you pay for that, and you pay for this, and you pay for that. And I'm like, dude, I'm not seeing paying to try to do this wholesaling thing. But then, I kept trying to call people, wasn't working out. So I was like, what if I'm wrong? What if I actually do have to pay to get these leads? What if I actually have to pay to get people's phone number? What if I actually got to pay to text these people or call these people? And I was like, man, you know what? I'm going to do exactly what this guy said in this video, word for word, and I'm going to see if it worked, right? So that's what I did. I went to Flipman video, did it word for word, and his text to Flip, and boom, I started texting people. I didn't get a deal. I started texting people, though. People start responding, da, 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 back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I started getting properties under contract and couldn't sell them. Contract, couldn't sell. Contract, couldn't sell. Contract, couldn't sell. So I was like, man, this junk ain't for real, man. I'm like, whatever. But I started just going out to appointments, right? I started going out to appointments. And I went to this one appointment where I knew it wasn't gonna work. But I went out there anyways, and I saw a guy cutting grass. I started talking to him, Like, hey, what's going on with this property? Yeah, the owner just gets to come in and cut the grass. I just talking to him, talk to him. He's like, man, I know a guy who buy a lot of houses around here. And I was like, who is it? He gave me the guy name and said, hey, go look him up on Facebook. I go home, look the guy up on Facebook, hit him up. And I'm talking back and forth with this guy. And he's like, hey, man, you got anything? You got anything? You know anybody that's interested in selling? I'm like, I've been texting these people. I got some people who might be interested in selling, but I don't think I got any deals. So uh, I send him some of the properties of people who's interested in selling, and he says, "Hey, that one right there, I might be interested in it. How much does she want?" And I had been trying to talk that lady way down further than what she was, and she didn't want to go down. So I was like, "There ain't no deal." But he was. I told him that, hey, she wanted 66. She really wanted 60. So I was creating my gap. I was like, hey, she wants 66. No. I think I was saying 70. I was like, hey, she wants 70. Um, and so he was like, hey, let's go see it. So we went to go see it. I took him out to the property and to see the lady. And all. I didn't have nothing in the contract. I didn't even know how to do none of the paperwork. Right. I went out there to see it. Right there on the spot, he was like, hey, I think we can move forward on this, but I need to pay you 64. And I was like, can't do 64, man. You know what I'm saying? He was like, what about 66? I was like, yeah, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? 6 grand. I was like, man, I'm about to get a deal. You know what I'm saying? So boom. I get back home, I'm excited, and I'm like, man, I don't know how to do none of the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? So I get on YouTube, searching on Max Maxwell and them. Flip man, I got his contract, and listen, Max Maxwell, between Max Maxwell and Flip man, I was able to fill out the seller side contract, send it to her, and then the guy was like, hey man, you need to do an assignment on this. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know the difference between assignment and double close. So he was like, man, you need to do assignment. And I really couldn't figure out how to do the assignment contract. So he was like, hey, do you want me to write up one and send it to you? I was like, yeah. So he wrote it up. He sent it to me. I signed it. Boom. It was a 6K deal. But we had to wait 60 days for it to close. And within that 60 days, I kept texting people. I kept texting the same people over and over and over again. This one dude was like, man, I'm not selling you my house for this low behind price. I know you wish I would. And you know, I was like, damn, I keep texting the same people. And he said, I do have a property you can buy real quick though. And I was like, uh-oh. I asked him, address. He told me someplace in Cherokee County, in Georgia, Cherokee County on the north side of Atlanta. People around Atlanta know, it's gonna cost some money to live up that way. But man, I take that same guy, go out to this property. The guy wanted 120, 125, and the guy was gonna pay me 138. But there was I knew the value of that property. You know what I'm saying? I knew the value of that property. So at least I thought I did. So I posted on Facebook and I posted on Bigger Pockets, and somebody ended up hitting me up on Bigger Pockets and was willing to pay 155. So I went with the person who was willing to pay 155, and a lot of people started hitting me up about that property on Facebook and stuff, and that's how I got connected with a lot of buyers. But he ended up closing at 155, and that actually closed a few days before the first one I just told y'all about. So my first closing was the 30K deal, and I was telling my brother in between time, like, hey man, I don't know about this stuff that I'm doing, man, but they talking about I may be able to make, maybe 25. And he was like, 25, what? It's like most people talk about, 25 cents, $25, maybe even $2,500. But you telling somebody you finna make $25,000. It's like, what are you about to do? It's like, dude, you telling me somebody finna give you a $25,000 check, and in reality, I ended up making 30. It's dude, crazy, man. To me, that was the craziest thing ever. It was like, but I ended up closing on that one, and then like a few days later, I closed on the $6,000 one. So it was like $36,000. Like, boom. I was like, shoot. So, how do I take this $36,000 and 10x that? I didn't believe I could. So, I was thinking real small, and I didn't believe I could. But man, that's kind of how I got that first deal. And it was like I got my first deal locked up, but I closed it second. You know what I'm saying? My first deal that I actually locked up and closed first was the 30K deal, which that was crazy, man. That was crazy. But yeah, Shaw said, man, I need to get like you. Dude, I needed to get like me. I'm like, dude, no, I'm telling you, man, I never seen $36,000 to be that one time. No, dude, no, dude, no. It's like, dude, you tell me 36, boom, man, that is explosive. Like, dude, people don't understand how explosive real estate is. Real estate is explosive, right? Like a dude was telling me, like talking about earlier today, I was telling y'all about like 30K flip I'm trying to do. And the dude was like, man, if you want to manage something for 6 months and just make 30K, and I'm like, dude, do you know what happened if I do 20 of these? You know, do you know what happened if I do 20 of these this year? Do you know what happens? Somebody do that math, right? 20 times 30 grand. What's that? You give me the math on that. I don't know, but some people that ain't gonna be enough. But for me, that's good. Now I want to go way beyond that, but I'm not finna pout or say, nah, I'm good. I need to find something else to do. You know, nah, dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go and pick up that. And then I'm gonna try to go get some more. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man. So that's the story of my first deal. But shoot, man, if y'all don't have any other questions, let me check IG. I don't see any other questions on IG. But if y'all ain't got any other questions, man, I'm about to roll up on here. Make sure you like the video, man. Share it with your auntie them, your cousin them. You never know who we can help move on to that next level, man. So, but shoot, man, I appreciate everybody who came through, man. Sean came through, Chantel came through, Brandon came through, everything by John came through. Wu Tang, what's up, man? Came through. Brandon came through. Ali always coming through, man. Appreciate everybody who came through on IG. King NYC, Jessa, the original Blackpink. And man, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. But until I answer this next question, do you know any good cold calling centers? I don't know any good cold calling centers, but if you need a cold caller, man, hit me up. I can connect you with a cold caller. So just let me know. But shoot, man, till next time, man. Peace out.